Sorry, I had to switch over cards there. So we went down and spoke to the people in there, and we discovered that there were something like 7 children, and they were in rags. We eventually built 2 new houses for those 2 families that were actually related and lived in these small houses just a few yards apart. And the name stuck, and those children became the Rag House Kids. Was it a derogatory term? No. We loved the Rag House Kids and have helped them in various ways since. Now when we pass the rag houses, they are the rag houses. Now, as Beth has said, and as I have said, if we had titled that project of the rag houses, if we titled it 17 Jeffrey Street, would anybody have gone, oh wow, 17 Jeffrey Street, I can't wait to see this one? I don't think that they would, and neither does Beth. So they stayed the Rag House Kids. We have another one, the Leaning House. The family in the Leaning House. Why was it the Leaning House? Well, because it was so damned old it was falling over. And instead of standing up straight like that, it was standing like this. The blind girl Sarah, and we had a name for her which people didn't agree to. It's disrespectful. It's politically incorrect. It's condescending. It's this. It's that. And there's nothing that you can do to get people to change on that. They're looking at things in the wrong context. So let's end it with the argument between Alfred and I. Now, am I a saint when it comes to patience? No. No, I'm not. When Alfred was talking, he was talking from the context of he had seen a well with a motor, an electric motor pumping water up to the house. Now, he didn't know the system, and he was going on the frame of reference that he did, because he had seen that pump working. But then he pointed to the well that doesn't have a pump, and he said, over there. Now, no matter what I said to him, he couldn't get that the pump he was referring to actually was over there. Thank you. Bless you, honey. Getting that over to him against 2 major obstacles. 3. 1, he wasn't able to hear me clearly. 2, he didn't understand exactly what I was talking about. And 3, he'd made up his mind that he knew where the pump was. And the pump that he was talking about was over there. Because he'd walked around the house and around the property, and then ended up going down to the pump that was on the well. And until he began to look around and got it, then he thought that I was saying that he was crazy. He said to me, I'm not crazy, I saw the pump on the well. Yes, Alfred, but it wasn't on the well that you think it was. Did I get impatient? Oh, no, surely not. Not me. Would you have got impatient? Oh, surely not you. So, we look at things in a certain context, and the moment that we get the context wrong, we've got misunderstanding. And the moment we have misunderstanding, we get separation. As people find things that they can agree on, they get closer. The space between them is less. They feel close. In fact, isn't that what they say? Yeah, I'm very close to that man. Our opinions are like this. We're like peas in a pod. We are united. These are all getting together phrases and descriptions. But then as soon as a real misunderstanding comes in, then no, we're not on the same page. We're miles apart. He doesn't know what day it is. These all indicate the distance that comes from not understanding each other's context. I hope that this might even help you the next time that you start talking to someone to actually say to yourself, what's the context that he's looking at here? You know, to look at the context, if you were watching a football match that was on, a game that was on a playing field out somewhere next to a school, and two school teams were playing and they were having a knockabout, and then one kid was, compared to the rest, was very good. You might be heard to say, well, there's a future star. And then somebody else who thinks in terms of highly skilled, talented players will look at the kid stumbling about on the ground and say, I don't think so. Context. It's all about context. All information is contextual. And unless you have the context for which to view it, you won't understand. Thanks for looking in. Bye for now. This is a foreigner in the Philippines.